normally on the calendar, on the schedule, this is an Honors English sophomore class. And once a week or twice a week for the last 4 or 5 weeks, we have started 8th grade just to take because this is as important to their development, as far as I'm concerned, as knowing the English and the literature and the writing and the reading and everything else. And so we suspend English class for 20 to 30 minutes once or twice a week to pick up on the 8th grade process. Schools are concerned about test scores and about time on task in terms of how much do we cover, how much do we get through, are our writing scores high enough, or our reading scores high enough. I am concerned about that too. But I also know that students are going to work better when they have more control over every aspect of their lives, and 8th grade will give them that. Because when they have control over what's happening inside themselves, then their writing, their reading, their production in all other aspects of their classes increases. They come at school and learning with a much better, greater attention to detail. They're calmer, and they choose. I know that some parents and administrators are concerned, or might show concern, that when I take time away from the regular curriculum, that their scores might drop. And I have seen actually the exact opposite in all the rest of my classes. I have seen my writing scores go up in my right brain readers classes. I've seen my reading scores increase by over 2 grade levels for almost every student in students that were maybe lower level readers to start with. And I attribute a good share of it to the fact that they come prepared. They take ownership not only of what's happening in their lives, but what's happening in their school lives. And that makes a huge difference in how they approach their studies and how well they do in their studies and how well they do, and all that transfers into not just proficient, but exemplary test scores. And that's what we shoot for anyway, exemplary test scores. Setting up an 8th grade class is all about making sure that it is separate from what their normal curriculum is. So that when they step into here and they know that it's 8th grade time, that it is different from studying English, which is what they normally do when they get in here. Therefore, they get to create their own rules for what happens during 8th grade time. Because it's their class, they determine pretty much how long it happens each week, and different pieces of the whole class. Some of my classes have chosen that it's okay to eat, and as long as they can bring their own food, so they do that. This class has decided that not wearing shoes last period of the day would be all right with them. It's all right with me. Sometimes it smells in here at the end of the day.
Well, for 8th grade, we set up our own rules chart. It's over there somewhere. And we only got a couple of them, but one of the rules was we don't have to wear our shoes. So, I don't.
What it is.
They can sit anywhere they want. They can lay on the floor if they want to during 8th grade time, so that they are comfortable and whatever works for them during this time, because it is about having them be comfortable, having them in charge of the process that is 8th grade. 4th quarter started and my honor sophomores walked in and they said, "What is this 8th grade? We know that you teach it, we hear about it in the school, we see all the stuff in your classroom, we want to know what it is." And I could kick myself for not having started with the honored students also. I hadn't thought that they would need this kind of empowerment, but the fact of the matter is, they are as thirsty to be empowered as everybody else is. Everyone is thirsty for a way to change their lives and an empowerment process. That's 8 to grade. A concern of some parents and some administrators is taking time out from 8 to grade, doesn't that affect how much time I spend on the actual curriculum, and won't that affect scores in an adverse way? Well, what I have found is exactly the opposite to be true. The more empowered students are, the better their scores are. And as I've started 8 to grade, I have seen students' scores, their reading scores increase by 2 grade levels or more, because I have some lower level readers. And I have seen writing scores continue to rise and to go up because students are looking beyond the 4 walls of school, which they'd never done before. 8th grade has taught them to dream again. And so when they know that there's something out there, their attention to school has considerably increased and their scores have increased.